Hi, everybody. So, you know me as somebody that learned how to read loud on her own, and I was passionate enough to put it in a book so I can share it with everybody else. And I just want to share with you a different aspect of me that you don't know. So, if you don't know, I became a Christian when I was 19 years old, and I'm now 40 years old. So, I have been walking with God, and I truly it has been something that really, really changed my life. I feel like I was able to gain the wisdom to be able to learn from that. Like, I really, really prayed. And I tried it before many, many times when I was younger too, and it just didn't click. But when I really prayed, I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus and do this, it happened. So I believe that He can give people the ability to do anything. But the unique thing about me is that when I was younger, starting when I was younger, I don't even know when, I would have crazy dreams, and those dreams would come true. And I thought that was really cool. So I'm like, you know what? I'm already spiritually sensitive because of our background is very spiritual, sensitive to the spirit world. And when I became a Christian, I'm like, same thing. There's a spiritual aspect, but totally different feel. And I'm like, I want to hear from God. I really want to hear from God. Like, God, how can I hear from you? It took me a really long time to be able to hear from Him. A really, really long time. But in the meantime, it's still the same. I still had the gift of dreaming accurately. If there's something that would happen, a warning dream, I would pray against whatever that was. If there was happiness or whatever, it's like confirmation that I was able to hear from Him and receive this. And I never really heard anything audibly, I want to say, but I always had a feeling of what I should be doing. And that didn't start until so I became a believer when I was the year 2004. I started really hearing what He wanted me to do, not just for myself, but for other people. I want to say 2015, okay? The end of 2015. And as I obeyed that nudging, it became stronger and stronger. And I felt like I was going in the right direction. I'm like, I can hear from Him. But I felt like I wasn't confident that I was hearing from Him. In 2011, I went on this retreat. And as I was walking, I saw this word. I'm like, no. I never heard that from anybody. I had never had any confirmation that people said, this is the gift that He is giving you. To be able to hear His messages, His heart, and then you're able to tell people. So the word in the Bible, way back in the day, they considered them as prophets. And I know in the current world, there's people that can hear from the spiritual world, and I would advise against that. Only because you don't know what you're letting yourself in. I know that I never felt anything bad or felt like I was being controlled in any kind of, at any given time at all. But from the stories of other people that we would pray for in the church setting. So my husband is a pastor. So we did a lot of ministry, praying for people. We came across a lot of different situations. And I didn't believe that I can see things from people until we really step out as evangelists. And I was just like, that's interesting. But He has really grown me a lot. As I was saying, I was able to hear from Him and see a lot more in the spiritual world. And I know it sounds really, really crazy, but you have to be able to experience something. When you experience something that you can't explain, or when you know something that you have no way of knowing, or when you felt like, okay, everyone's drawn to a certain person and they seem successful, but in your own spirit, you're like, something's off. And that something's off was correct. So even though other people were saying all these amazing things, I'm like, something's off. They're not living right. They're not turning away from whatever it is that they need to turn away from. And I've seen so many people just fall, and the fall was not pretty. So, like I said, my journey to really hear from him took a long time. And I felt like this year, I'm like, okay, so this year, some of you know that I became an interpreter. So an interpreter is learning one language and then understanding it clearly and then interpreting it in another language. So you have your source language and then you have your target language. And I thought that hearing from God is the same thing, right? Like you're hearing from him and other people can't hear. So you're still retaining all the things that he wants you to know. And then you're telling whoever he wants you to tell it to. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, God, I got this process down. I learned everything that you want me to learn. So you have to be accurate with what you're hearing. Take notes, obviously. And then you have to do it in a way where you're not partial. You're not adding anything. You're not taking anything away. So the message can be directly how it is from one language to another. And I felt like it can be the same thing with God, right? I can hear from him everything that it is hearing. If it's just one little thing, then I'm going to say that one little thing. I'm not going to say, oh, I heard from him. Now I'm going to add this. No. And I think that's why he waited until I became an interpreter to really get that across to me. Like all the values to be able to do something else, So after I got the process down, this is a really, really amazing story, okay? I'm like, I already got this training down, Lord. I really want to be able to hear and understand when people are speaking in tongues, what they're saying. And I know that he can give those people, these special group of people, the ability to understand the tongue utterance. So I prayed Saturday morning, okay? I'm like, my husband's already at work at that time. I'm like praying, Lord, and I kid you not, okay? I prayed with all my heart. Kid you not. The next day, which is a Sunday, we get an invitation to join a prophetic Zoom meeting. One day after I prayed, and in the meeting, this pastor said, you have been asking God. I'm like, no way. So he said this. He's like, welcome to the ministry. And I have been doing ministry with my husband for a long time. But you know what he said? He said, welcome to the prophetic ministry. That was for me. I have been doing ministry. I have been going alongside my husband to support his preaching, to do a lot of stuff. But this is the first time that God said to somebody to confirm the calling on my life. There's so many crazy things that happened this year, but this is at the top. This is at the top for me personally. It has been a really, really crazy year. I'm not going to get into a lot of stuff, but I want to share that with you, that it is possible to really press into God, and he can really walk alongside you. I mean, as crazy as life can be sometimes, imagine having a friend and a heavenly father, that he knows everything. He knows how human you are, all my flaws, all my weaknesses, all my happy moments, my sad moments. And he still chose me to be the person that can one of the people in the world that can receive his message, so that I can tell his heart to whoever he wants to tell it to. Like, just that alone, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That is really, really amazing. I don't even know. Like, he is so good. He is really, really good. So I know this is a different kind of video, and take it however you want to, but it's something that I have been wanting to share with the world.